Hey there, lovely. If you're a driven and highly ambitious woman who has checked all the boxes, followed all the rules, only to realize you don't actually feel fulfilled or you don't feel like you're living your purpose, then you are absolutely in the right place. My name is Melissa Chavis. I'm an intuitive mindset coach, and I am absolutely obsessed with helping you discover your true purpose, that thing you were put here on this earth to do, so that you can live the most fulfilling and abundant life possible. Hey there. Welcome to another episode of the Authentic Awakening podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about the 3 logical steps to manifestation. I think that manifestation, people kind of think of it as like this very woo-woo thing. And I think a lot of times people see it as kind of a load of BS, right? Because they essentially think that people are saying you just need to think about what you want and then sit back and just let it manifest in your life. And the reality is that that's not going to work, right? There will be action required. There is action necessary to manifest the things that you want in life. So I wanted to try and kind of break it down in a more logical way for those of us who kind of are mental processors. So the first step to logically manifest what you want in your life is to become an observer of your thoughts. This is essentially cultivating the ability to observe the thoughts that are coming into your brain in real time as they're happening. So many of us are walking around on autopilot, basically just completely unaware of the thoughts that are running through our brain day in and day out. We're essentially just going from one task to the other, getting all our shit done and moving on, not even thinking about, why we're doing what we're doing, why we're reacting in the way that we're reacting, really having no intention in our lives and just really being unaware of the way we're moving through our lives. And so step 1 truly is just creating that awareness, cultivating that ability to observe the thoughts that are happening in your mind in real time. Now, this does not mean judging those thoughts or beating yourself up for having those thoughts. This is truly just neutral observation. You're seeing what's happening from sort of this observer point of view. Of course, I go deep on this topic inside my coaching program, but essentially, the whole reason that you need to be able to create this observer lens, become aware of your thoughts as they're happening, is that your thoughts literally create the results that you're getting in life. And so if you want to get different results, which I'm assuming you do, or you wouldn't be here watching this thinking about manifesting what you want in life. So if you want to get different results, then you need to understand why you're getting the results that you're currently getting. And that comes back to understanding the thoughts that you're currently having. Step 2 is creating a higher vibrational state. So I know this sounds very woo-woo, right? When I state this more logically, it is essentially changing the feelings that you're having, because ultimately the feelings that you're having in any given moment are what create that vibrational state in your body. And essentially, once you become aware of your thoughts, once you are able to observe them, you'll start to see how the thoughts that you're having in your brain are what create the feelings that you're having in your body. Your thoughts literally create that vibrational state in any given moment. And I know we hear people talk about like your vibe, your vibrational state. And that is just essentially kind of this energy that you're giving off to the world around you. And so, you can kind of imagine like someone who's happy and joyful, right? They're giving off a different energy when you come into contact with that person. You have this sense that they are happy and joyful. Like you can feel it, you can see it in their energy, right? Versus someone who's feeling angry or frustrated. It shows, you see it, you feel it, you know that that's the vibe that they're giving. And so, in order to start manifesting the things that you want in your life, the goal is to get yourself in this higher vibrational state, to have these high vibe feelings more consistently in your life. And the logical reasoning behind this is that your thoughts and then your feelings actually dictate the actions that you're taking in life. So, if you're feeling excited and joyful, you're going to take a different action in that moment than if you are feeling scared or anxious or angry or frustrated. You're going to take a different action in that moment based on the feelings that you're having inside of you. And so, if you want to create a different result, you'll need to take a different action. And that all starts with having a different feeling, being in a different vibrational state. You're going to move through your life differently when you're in that high vibe energy. So then part of manifesting a different result in your life is creating different emotions, creating this higher vibrational energy in your life and being able to be there more consistently. Now, obviously, we're all human, and it's unrealistic to think that we're going to be excited and happy and joyful every second of every day. That's just not real life, right? But it's all about cultivating the ability to come back to that state, to get back there more quickly, regardless of what is happening in your life. And this is something that, I go deeper in with my clients because that is a place where you have to become even more intentional. You have to be able to realize that you're kind of in that negative space, your energy level is coming down, your vibration is coming down, and then figure out and have some sort of method to bring that back up so that you can maintain that level much more consistently in your life, thus taking more consistent actions toward the results that you want. So you may have guessed it at this point because I've already kind of brought it up a little bit throughout the beginning. Step 3 is taking inspired action because ultimately that is how you get the results, the outcomes that you want to get. AKA, that is how you manifest what you want in your life, is by taking inspired action on a consistent basis toward that thing. And so once you have cultivated this ability to observe and be aware of your thinking on a consistent basis, and then you're able to get yourself into that higher vibrational state to be having those better feeling emotions on a more consistent basis, then your actions really start to align with getting you to the results that you're after. Now, again, this is all very high level and sort of brief overview of this whole concept because it would take hours to really get into the nitty-gritty and to dig into, why exactly these things work the way that they do. But essentially, over time, as you continue to take action from this higher vibrational state, you'll then start attracting the next right steps into your life. It's essentially like walking along this path and just building the next few steps out ahead of you as you go. You don't start this journey to manifesting what you want in life with a clear roadmap of exactly everything that it's going to take to get there. You start with a vision for where you want to go, and then you cultivate these steps that we're talking about here. And that is essentially how you build out this road in front of you as you're going. It is this inspired action, this action from the right place that is going to build the roadmap for you. That is what is going to show you the next right step and then the next right step after that. So essentially, when your thoughts and your feelings or your vibration align more with this desired outcome, your actions will naturally align you to that outcome. And this is the part where I think a lot of people, you know, we start to think of it as like this woo-woo concept or something, but logically, it makes sense. If you're consistently thinking and feeling in a way that aligns with the outcome that you want, then the actions that you're taking are also going to consistently align with that outcome in your life. And so it truly can be very logical when you think about it that way. It's not just like, oh, woo-woo, you're going to attract everything into your life. It's more so that once you're in that state that truly aligns with your desired outcome, then you just naturally are able to take the actions that will get you there. And this is another reason why you hear so many people say, take action before you feel ready for it. Because what ends up happening for a lot of us in our brains is that we come up with this desired outcome or this goal that we want to achieve, or something that we want to manifest, and we start to try to think about all of the steps that are necessary to get there. But in that moment, we're not able to really come up with them, because if it's something that you've never done before, you're not going to know all the steps to get there. And so then your brain wants to say, oh, you don't actually know how to accomplish that thing. So just okay, come on, come back here. Like, this doesn't make sense for you. You don't know the steps to get there. So this just isn't the right path for you. And we essentially talk ourselves out of even trying to pursue the thing. And then we might just say, oh, we're not ready for it, right? Because we're like, oh, we don't know how to get there. So I guess I'm just not ready for it yet. And this is why it is so essential to start taking action before you feel fully ready. Because truthfully, when it comes to creating a life that you've never had, when it comes to accomplishing a goal that you've never accomplished in your life, you will never feel ready, because you will never be able to come up with all of the right steps in your brain before you get started. It is truly this cultivating this higher vibration, taking these next right steps that will ultimately get you there, that will ultimately build out the path in front of you. You will never have it when you start. So to recap, to bring it all together here, step one is to become an observer of your thoughts. Cultivate this ability to actually see what is happening inside your brain in real time as it's happening, without immediately reacting or taking action based on the thoughts that automatically pop up in your brain. Step two is to create a higher vibrational state within your body, or more logically stated, cultivate better feeling emotions, which comes from changing your thinking, changing your thoughts in the moment to ones that will help you feel better, that will create better feelings, better emotions inside your body. And then step three is that aligned action piece. And of course, all three steps are incredibly important. But if you're just doing the step one and step two, and you're leaving off that step three, you're not going to just magically manifest things in your life. action is required, but it's inspired and aligned action that gets you there. So once you've done steps 1 and 2, you're going to start attracting the right situations in your life. You're going to start taking those right actions toward your ultimate goal, toward that actual manifestation. Okay, so hopefully that has broken this concept down in a little bit more logical way for those of you who are mental processors like me, because I think, when I heard about manifestation and I immediately sort of thought it was like this woo-woo concept that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me in the beginning, I sort of wrote it off as even being a thing. But at this point in my life, I've realized that, yeah, I do want to manifest different things in my life. I just need to logically know sort of the steps that I need to take to get there. And that makes it so much easier for me when I can kind of break it down in that way. So hopefully that is helpful for you as well. And of course, if you're interested in really digging in here and understanding more about what steps to actually take and how to actually accomplish these steps in your own life, please reach out. Let's talk about it. This is pretty much exactly what I do inside of my coaching program. And there's always a link in the show notes for you to go ahead and schedule a free 45-minute session with me. So I invite anyone who's interested to do just that. Otherwise, get out there and start manifesting the things you want in life. Until next time, my love, thank you so much for joining me today. That's it for another episode of the Authentic Awakening podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you found it helpful, I'd love to hear from you. You can do that by liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel or rating and reviewing the podcast wherever you're listening.